Hello there, everybody. Hey, welcome. Happy Sunday crafternoon. It's good to have you here. I know I'm on just a couple of minutes early, but it usually takes a couple of minutes for people to find me in their news feed. So as we get settled in, go ahead and say hello. Let me know where you're viewing from. My name is Dawn Bourget. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who loves everything, stamps, ink, paper, and all the bling. I love to share stuff with you guys every Sunday, some creative stuff, right? Because we love all this stuff, the paper crafting. But it's good to have you here. It's the 1st of June, Sunday, June 1st. Isn't that crazy that we are halfway through 2025? Oh my gosh. Hey, Kristen. Hello. Happy Sunday crafternoon. Before we get started, just a couple of things for you guys. I know I've talked about this several weeks. I hate to sound like I'm repeating myself, but I am. So anyway, I don't put the link to sign up for my newsletter in with all the meat and potatoes when we join, right? What I mean is basically the description of the live in our Facebook page. Apparently Facebook does not like it, and I'm afraid to put it in there now. So instead, we're just sharing a QR code with you guys. So if you are not part of my email newsletter and you would like to be, I'd love to have you join us. Go ahead and open up the camera on your smartphone and point it to this QR code. Pretty cool. It'll show a link. You'll tap on that with your finger. It takes you right where you need to go. It's that easy. It maybe takes, 2 minutes, not even 5 minutes of your day. So anyway, go ahead and fill in your name, your email address, and you're in. It's that easy. Also, if you see anything that you would like in today's live that you would like to purchase, I appreciate every order that I do receive doing these Facebook Lives. And this is my online store for Stampin' Up! So go ahead and take a poke around. If you have any questions or you need any assistance, please make sure to reach out to me and I can help you with that. Also, speaking of shopping, I will put this in the link after we're done, but I like to go ahead. Hey, Evelyn, happy Sunday crafternoon. I like to go ahead and make what I call a recipe card. It just has pictures of the projects that we're doing each week, some helpful links for you, and then also lists all the items that we use each week. So you'll find this on my blog, which is dawnscreativechalet.com, or also right up above the Facebook post, above this live, after we're done, or on YouTube. It'll be fun on YouTube as well. So you can get everything that you need as far as the actual names of each of the supplies, the item numbers, the cost, all the things to help you shop at my online store. So I just wanted to mention that because sometimes I forget to mention that. I'm like, I make it every week and then I forget to mention it. That just seems really silly. So anyway, a couple of other things before we get started today. Of course, I mentioned my blog. You're here on my page. If you happen to have found me by a happy accident, I'm glad that you're here. Go ahead and make sure to click the like button. Also, make sure to share this live. Just go ahead and share the share button. Click on the share button. Oh my goodness sakes. Like, it's going to be a long live if I can't talk. So click on the share button to share the live with others, because the more, the merrier, right? Also my YouTube channel. So once we're done here, I go ahead, I upload this to YouTube as well. So if you're not part of my YouTube channel, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell. It will turn black. That'll give you all the notifications as I do anything and everything with YouTube. Let's see here. And that's pretty much it. Of course, I'm on Pinterest. I've been trying to remember to pin my projects each week. I don't know why. I kind of forget. Oops, that Dawn's slacking. Okay, also, being that we have a new month, we have a new tutorial for June. So, bundle of the month, woohoo! I love doing these, and I'm part of a team of demonstrators. There's 16 of us total. We team up to give you an awesome bundle of the month video class. each month. And for June, we are featuring the Notes and Totes, just to give you, a quick checkout of my contribution to the video class. This is my card right here. Kind of cute. I love it. I love this whole bundle. It's adorable. And wait till you see what the others have also come up with. So much fun. If you spend $75 or more before shipping and all that stuff, you will receive this in your inbox. I will just automatically send it to you. I will send a link that you can download the video tutorial. So it has color photos, all the measurements, and video instruction for each of the projects. It's very, very cool. And it's a $30 value that you're getting for free. We don't not like free, right? We love free. Free is a good number. Also, as far as things coming up here at the chalet, this coming Friday is Starbucks Sip and Stamp from noon until 2. So I would love to see you there. It's more fun when I have people to talk to. So go ahead and get in your car, jump on over this Friday, June the 6th, for Sip and Stamp and make a free card and either bring some friends or make some new ones. It's a free craft noon till 2 o'clock. This coming Friday at the Ludington, Michigan Starbucks. Then we also have Creative Card class coming up on Thursday, June the 12th. And that is using the Sunrise Sailing Bundle. We're going to use that. There's some really cute cards that we're making. So make sure if you haven't already, please RSVP by tomorrow. I'm cutting and preparing class kits. And we would love to have you sail on over here and stamp with us. Didn't you like that little pun I did? I know, it's a little cheesy. Hey, what can I say? Also, the end of this month, we are having a product-inclusive class called Beautiful Gallery. It includes the double suites, or double bundles, I should say, of beautiful motifs and gallery blooms. It is $42. You'll receive a coupon to use during class on your order. Also, let's see here. Oh, first of all, I should tell you the date, On Thursday, June the 25th, and I have 10 a.m., 1 p.m., or 6:30 available. Please make sure that you RSVP no later than June the 12th for this class, because I have to order the product, and you're going to get a lot of product to take home and recreate all the cards, and of course, get very creative and do your own thing as well. It's $42, and I'll need to have prepayment by June the 12th. And it will include the Beautiful Gallery 6x6 Designer Series paper, the pattern paper, the pressed flower motifs, and the linen thread. It's going to be a great class, so I can't wait to see you. And then as we get into July, just watch, rinse, repeat, right? So we'll have Starbucks Sip and Stamp in July on the 11th. So make sure you mark that down. It's a week later because of the 4th of July holiday. So we don't want to be in their way. And besides that, I know you guys are going to have some fun things planned with your family and friends during the holiday. But anyway, so I just wanted to kind of cover that. I have July classes listed. You can go ahead and take a look. We're not going to get into that too much because we don't want to wish June away too quickly. Summers in Northwest Michigan are very short as it is. As a matter of fact, what is with the frost? We had a touch of frost last night. Like, seriously? We're into June, people. I am so impatient for summer. And then, I know, I'm off track here, but Tuesday, was it like Monday, Tuesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday? We're going to be like in the mid-80s. So all of a sudden, as a Michigander, we're going to put our parka away, and now we're going to go ahead and break out the shorts. But then later in the week, it's going to get cool again, so you'll need your sweatshirt hoodies. So I don't know. I don't put anything away anymore because my wardrobe is just a mix of everything. You just never know how to dress around here. Oh, well, it is what it is, right? Also, just to let you guys know, starting on June 3rd, that's coming up in 2 more days, we have a sweet sale. Yeah, I said that twice. So sweet as it's really sweet, and with sweets, like bundles that include all the other goodies. So basically what this is, if you buy any of the sweets or the sweet products, any of the individual items, it's buy one, get one for half off. Hey Marie, hello, happy Sunday afternoon. So this starts again on June 3rd. It lasts until the end of June. It is while supplies last. So if you have your eyes on, let's say, a full suite or product, I would shop first thing tomorrow morning to avoid not getting it. And, you know, once certain things in the suite aren't available, then they turn off the number for the suite of product. You can just get the individual stuff that is available. So once again, any sweets or products within the suite, it's a buy one, get one 50% off. So that's pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy about that. I have a couple things that are on my radar. So just want to let you guys know about that. And we've covered the cloud cover thing, and just to mention, I'm not going to go through completely. You guys can go ahead and check this out as I'm talking. That obviously at this point, I think we all know, unfortunately, the cloud cover ink pad, the regular size ink pad, is not available, but there are other ways to substitute for that product if you'd like, because we still have the ink refill available, and we have the uninked Stampin' Spot, so we can use with it to make our own little ink pads. It's just the ink didn't play real well with the consistency of the foam felt ink pads that we use in our classic ink pad collection. So just like I said, other ways that we can enjoy it, because it is a beautiful color and we don't want to be without it, right? Also, just to let you guys know, once again, online exclusives are in the online store of mine. Go ahead and check them out. There's a lot of really fun things. And speaking of, on June 3rd, demonstrators can start to pre-order products that will be in the July online exclusives. So for us as demos, we get to order products a month early. So we get to see, starting on the 3rd, what you're going to see in July available. So I'm really excited about that. I got this like inkling that there may be maybe some Christmas things sprinkled in there. I don't know for sure, but I kind of, and it's sort of, hope so. I kind of like to do like the Christmas and July thing a little bit. You know what I mean? Anyway, just want to remind you guys of the online exclusives. Oh, and by the way, I guess I should make sure that I'm where I need to be. I've only been talking for what, 15, 20 minutes? Oh, there we are. Okay, we're good. Oh, goodness sakes. The things I do, right? So anyway, just wanted to mention that. And Stampin' Rewards is a new program. So if you guys haven't noticed already, as you shop with me at the online store, the computer is taking care of everything and keeping track of Stampin' Rewards. So any order that's $20 or more, you're receiving 10% back in rewards. And as you use them, the computer over on Stampin' Up's end will always take the oldest rewards first. So you don't even have to worry about it. You can bank your rewards for up to 1 year, which is really cool. So if you want to save them up for a while and then use them all at once later to get one big item, why not? Go for it. But anyway, just want to remind you again that we have changed over to that new Stampin' Rewards program. All right, who just popped in here? I know Oh my gosh, from the Netherlands. That is so cool. Welcome. I'm glad to have you here. That's so awesome. I don't get too many international people. Wow, I'm impressed. Thanks so much for hopping on and saying hello and hanging out with us. Super cool. All right, you guys. Also, just to mention Paper Pumpkin. I don't think you get Paper Pumpkin over in the Netherlands, do you guys? For June is called Full of Charm. And it's going to coordinate with the Floral Charm Suite. Now, I'm thinking that that's going to be new, maybe as a pre-order in June for demonstrators. I don't know. But anyway, it looks beautiful nonetheless, and I'm excited to get it. Look at the colors that they're featuring in it. It's going to be so pretty. So anyway, that is the June Paper Pumpkin Kit. Make sure to sign up for that by the 10th of June to get that kit. And then I'm really, really bummed out because it finally clicked. I've been so busy this weekend that it slipped my mind. But when this went live to purchase, the virtual album retreat, the whole kit, the month by month, 12-month, that big kit. And when you purchase that, then you're automatically going to be part of the event in July. Well, what happened was I paid for 2 days shipping, and the little items that I put together with this big item, they got here in 2 days, and my scrapbooking retreat album kit didn't get shipped in 2 days. I was really hoping I could show you guys a little bit more of what this is all about, because it's really hard to picture it unless you see it. And I'm going to go ahead, and I have oodles of papers here, but we're not going to go through everything. But anyway, the actual event is in July. So if you purchase the main album retreat kit, you're automatically going to be invited into the Facebook group that's a private group for this event for July 16th through 18th. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's something new for Stampin' Up! And this is something that former close to my heart consultants that have moved over with us to the Stampin' Up! World, they used to have these all the time, and they are ranting and raving about them. And I don't like to experience FOMO, so I had to buy my kit. I want to see what it's all about, so I'm educated on how all this works, but I'm really excited to try something new. And honestly, I started out this whole obsession with paper being a scrapbooker many moons ago, and then I kind of got away from it, and I did all the 3D and the card making and all that. And now that we have so much more in the scrapbooking realm, I guess I'll say, it's just kind of cool to dive back into it. So this is something I really wanted to show you guys because they are pre-cutting everything for us. I think we're getting like 4 stamp sets that are exclusive to this event. And there are some items, of course, there's a list of items that they give us as far as additional items that they'll ask that you have, because we're going to learn a lot of techniques, and we're going to learn all about flip flaps and how you can manipulate the flip flaps without having to take your projects out of the, oh my gosh, the page protectors. See, it's been so long since I've scrapbooked, I forgot all the terminology. But yeah, so you'll be able to work with the flip flaps without having to take any of your layouts out of the page protectors. So they're going to be very interactive pages, which is super exciting. So just to give you guys a really quick peek, and I know I've posted this both here on my page and in my group on Facebook and on my blog, yada, yada, yada. But anyway, just to show you guys how cute these layouts are, I'm really excited to learn some new things. And the really neat thing is too, once you learn how to utilize and use these flip flaps like on scrapbook pages, you'll be able to also learn how to use them. Hey, Lori, happy Sunday afternoon. You'll be able to also learn how to use these and incorporate them onto other projects like card making, and other 3D projects, which is really cool. Making smaller type scrapbooks, all the things. So I'm super excited about it. I hope that you will, if you have questions, ask me, but I hope that you'll participate. I truly think it's going to be a lot of fun. They're putting a lot of hard work into this to making sure that everything is just right. So yeah, let me know if you guys give a shout out if you have purchased your your virtual retreat kit. And so I know that you're working along with me at it, right? I think that'll be a lot of fun. Hey, Lisa. Happy Sunday afternoon. It's good to see you, sister. All right. Also, just again, of course, we've been talking scrapbooking. So you guys know, obviously, we have scrapbooking items. This was the first scrapbooking handout, I should say, that we had. I've kept it because I think there are some things in here that are still obviously available in the online store. So you might want to check those out. And then also just to remind you, as always, that we have the last chance list that always floats around online in the store. And there are items that will be consistently shifted around, possibly marked down. So it's a great way to save some money if you're wanting to do that, or maybe there's a bundle or something that you've been eyeing for a while and you're stocking it. And if it's on here, it's while supplies last. So make sure to grab those up. And I think we got through all of that stuff. On to the good stuff, right? Well, it's all good stuff, I should say. It's all good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and get stamping today. Unfortunately, when I started to plan this week's Sunday Crafternoon, I then realized after the fact that something is not going to be available until the 16th, but we'll talk about that in a second. Grabbing my stuff here so you guys can see what are we working with today. So first of all, we are going to play with the Extraordinary Flora Bundle. So that's the stamp set. Here are the dies. Okay, so it's this one big die in this, which is pretty cool. And it will fit with this larger stamp, which I'm going to show you here in a minute. And of course, there's some really cute, just helpful sentiments in this stamp set. And along with this, and I'm gonna admit something to you guys. I was not going to get this. Like I was like, yeah, that's cute, but it's more flowers, right? Well, I then seen somebody from home office at Stampin' Up show us what this is all about. And it wasn't until she showed this. And when she showed this, I was very intrigued because see, this requires coloring and some people love to color and I think that's awesome. I'm not one of those people. I'm not very good at coloring and I get very impatient, especially when there's a lot of little things to color. So when I see this, I was like, oh, that's really cute. Well, at first I didn't realize that this really truly coordinates perfectly with this and this die. So I wanted to show you guys this. So first of all, this is washi tape. For those of you who never have worked with washi tape, it's the coolest stuff ever. I remember having a full collection of washi tapes. This was before my demonstrator years, I think. I used to collect stickers and washi tapes. How many of us collected all the stickers and all the washi tape, right? And it's a lot of fun. We've had washi tape previously, but nothing like this. So it's a low tack tape. And it's very pretty. It's really easy to rip. I like to use my scissors, though, with it, and I'll explain that in a second, because you will see. Actually, let's just do this. I'm going to do it this way. When you do roll it out, and this I did not cut. I tried to keep it as one large piece. This is a window sheet, first of all. And I want to show you guys a little something. This is kind of cool. So with a window sheet, it makes the washi tape look a little more transparent. Okay. And there are two different, I don't want to say patterns. The pattern is the same as the color. So it's a set of color, and there's two. There's the purples, and then there's the pinks. So the purples would be more like, I'm thinking like Highland Heather, Fresh Freesia. What's this other color, the ink that I grabbed here? Petunia Pop. So in that color family of the purples. Then we have the pinks. So it's like Pretty in Pink, Strawberry Slush, that type of pinks. Very pretty. So when you put it on a piece of window sheet, it looks more transparent. And then when you put it on a piece of white cardstock, it looks more oh my gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? More solid. Oh my gosh, it starts with an O and I am not, my brain is dead. Oh, Lordy B. Oh, isn't it fun? I love it, love it, love it. And so I just wanted to play with it a little bit, but you can get some different looks depending on what you use behind it, I guess is what I'm getting at. And what's really fun with this too is you can go ahead and take your die. You can either use this as a background in itself. Opaque, thank you. See, I knew it was an O word. I just couldn't, my brain just wasn't working. Opaque and translucent. Thank you very much, Kristen. We're going to play charades. Anyway, so this die is so cool. It will fit on top of these images and cut them out. So then you have a complete flower garden, which I think I kept, yes, right in here. So you get all these little pieces that you can play with and decorate, cards, tags, bags, all the things, scrapbook pages. So much fun. Oh, that's a great idea too. Also stick it on, I'm going to read this so everybody can see it. You can also stick it on baking paper to make stickers. What a cool idea. That is so cool. I love that. I'm going to try that too. But yeah, so there's all these little pieces. So you can make a gazillion little cards and tags and bags and all the things by just running this through. And then again, you go ahead and get the next grouping of flowers out and in the pinks as well. And it fits directly on top. Run it through. And then you have all of these already colored and ready to go. That is my kind of coloring. Right there. It's right up my alley. It is so easy peasy. And that's what I love about it. It gives the opportunity for those that want to be more artistic or you want a certain color palette. You can go ahead and stamp this and go ahead and color them any way you want to go with any project. Or you can use the washi tape. And then also along with this stuff that I'm using, by the way, it's the washi tape that isn't available until the week of June 16th. I'm a little bummed, but it will be back. That's only a couple weeks from now. So if you haven't gotten this and if you're wanting it, it will be back middle of the month. So be patient. And then also, the other thing that we're using today are these stylish shapes. You guys know I use these almost every single week. They're like a staple in my craft room. And then we're also using the Nested Essentials dies. And we're going to use this here. In fact, I completely cased a card out of the catalog to show you guys. But I doubled these together. I used the largest and the second largest, and I ran it through to make what you'll see the shape of in a little bit. And let's see, what else? Oh, I also used the Exposed Brick 3D embossing folder. This is one of my very favorites. I just love it. It's just enough texture on a card to give it some visual interest. So much fun. Okay, let's go ahead. Oh, one more thing that I did use on one of the cards, our fun fold today. By the way, we do have a fun fold because remember, I promised every week we're going to have a fun fold to do. I used the Perennial Lavender Designer Series paper for the fun fold. So if you're wondering where, and I think it's this pattern right here. So if you're wondering where that's from, it's from Perennial Lavender, which is a beautiful set of designer paper. Pretty patterns. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So what time is it right now in the Netherlands? I'm very curious because I'm in the Eastern time zone. So right now it's just a little after 1. Whoa, I got all kinds of bits and bobbles. It's got to be at least 6 hours ahead of us, I would think. But I'm awful with time zones. Okay, so for this first card here, I'm using Basic Beige as a card base. And give you guys some measurements. That is cut at 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. And then I have my piece inside that is cut at 4 by 5 1/4 and it's basic white. And I decided I went against everything in my head It's not a rule of any sort, but in my head, it's 7:30. 7:30 in the evening, you guys. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I'm so impressed. Thank you for being here. Anyway, what was I saying? I was so excited. I'm just so excited. We have international watchers. Okay, so this is just a piece of basic white, a liner for in the card. And usually when I'm using like basic beige or very vanilla, I don't mix white with it, but I see this in the catalog and I really loved it. I was like, you know, that is not so bad. I don't know why I'm so afraid to mix all those neutrals together. And I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. We're going to go against everything that was in my head about that, and we're just going to go for it. So this is from the Nested Essentials, and I'm going to go ahead, first of all, this is also a piece of basic beige, cut at 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to layer this just a little extra onto the card base, and I need my dimensionals. Okay, my goodness. There we are. And we're going to go ahead and just pop this on top of the card base. Just like so. There we are. Okay. And then I went ahead, cut this out with basic white. And like I said, Nested Essentials shapes. And we're also going to pop this on with dimensionals because I'm just addicted to dimensionals. I love them so much. And we're going to set this over to, I don't know, we're going to well, let's put it in the center. I think I did kind of center it-ish. There we go. I've also cut a strip of basic white. It's actually just some scrap, 1/2 inch, and I just kind of left it as is, and we'll just trim it with our scissors for the sentiment. And then I cut all these beautiful little flowers. And then what I also did is I stamped this. Oh, where did my stamp go? That would kind of help, wouldn't it? Okay. Oh, here it is on the block. I forgot I put it on the block. Silly me. So I went ahead, I attached this to our largest block, which is, I think it's F. I should know these. I've only been a demo for like 15 years. Yeah, it's F, I believe. So anyway, I put that big stamp on the big block. Now just be careful because it's a little heavy. So, and I have small hands, so I've really got to get a grippy on this. But anyway, I went ahead with white paper and I just stamped it in Memento Black. So I have some images that are in black and white, which are kind of fun to mix with the flowers that I cut out with washi tape. Now on this card, I used the flowers that I cut out from the window sheet. So you can tell it's just a little more subtle, not as bright and bold, more translucent. Whereas we're going to make the card with the washi tape that I put onto the white, the basic white cardstock. So they are more opaque. All right. See, I'm getting there. My brain is slowly starting to function. And it's only 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the afternoon. Okay, so I just grabbed some of these cute flowers and figured I'll just arrange them just however we want to arrange them. What you can do with the washi tape too, which is kind of cool, just put it onto a sheet, right? Like this. Cut it to the length and width that you want and use it as a background itself and don't even cut them out, which is kind of fun too. And gives it a lot of color with minimal effort of making the card. So yeah. Basic beige is such a beautiful color. I made condolence cards with it this week. You know, it is a beautiful color. When I first seen basic beige, I was like, I don't know. It's okay. But you know, the more, just like everything else, right? The more that we create with it and play around with it, the more we love it. Let's see here. And it is a great color because it goes, obviously, it goes with everything. And it gives it such a different look. So I'm really happy that we have added basic beige to our color palette. let's see, I don't know. What else should we add here? That'd be kind of fun, something like that. And of course I want to add a little bit of black and white here. And, oh, what else? Maybe that there, something like that. Oh, cute. It's coming together. And this is so much fun to play. I mean, I could continue adding and adding and adding and making a whole garden in my card. But what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to add a couple things with dimensionals, which I guess I already put on there. Okay. And I put those on the larger flowers. Right, let's go with, yeah, maybe like that. Okay. And then I'm going to take some multi-purpose liquid glue. Whoops. And we'll stick that there. And some of our black and white images. And we'll place that there. And let's see, that's a cute one too. Another black and white image. And we'll put that, I don't know, right about there. And how about this little itty bitty guy? And we'll put that there. And then I'm going to take this scrap piece and I think we'll use With Love and grab my hacked Memento black ink pad. How many of you guys have tried this? This is what would normally be the white opaque pad, ink pad, but I decided to use the Memento black ink refill, and it works like a charm because I found sometimes, ooh, that didn't come out so well. Let's try it over on this side. With the Memento pad itself, with photopolymer stamps, sometimes it didn't like them so much and the ink would beat up a little bit. I don't know what it is about that. More of a felt or a foam pad, I guess you want to say, because it absorbs that opaque color of the white into it, but it's working out like a charm so far. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just trim this down. I could use my trimmer, but why would I do something like that? And then we're just going to stick that down on there. And since I popped this up with dimensionals, and I'm going to have this hang off just a little bit, we're just going to go ahead and put a dimensional on the right side of this, so it's flush with the other white piece. Just like that. And then, let's see here. I don't know, I feel like I want to add some more stuff. Maybe like one here, and let's see. Like that. And I don't know. I could just go on and on and on, but we'll just add a couple more on the bottom here, and we'll call it good. You're going to get this next. I think it's a good purchase. Now, okay, you have to really do me a favor because I know I'm going to completely mess up how to pronounce your name. Is it Iniki? Like In-ni-ki? I want to make sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. Okay, here is card number 1. Easy peasy, right? No coloring required. I love it. All right, let's go ahead and jump to the next card. So this is very vanilla mixed with white. And I use those nested essential shapes or dies. And I ran those two together that I was talking about and made this little guy. This is kind of like a little window, I guess. And I like that little stitching around the edge. I think it just adds a little something. But this, by the way, is Lost Lagoon, which I brought out of the Lost Lagoon and the greenery, I guess. that pretty? And then I did use the exposed brick embossing folder, and we're going to color that. We're going to tint it a little bit with a blending brush. And then I have my piece of very vanilla cardstock, cut it 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And then my liner piece is white, and it's 4 by 5 1/4. In English is Ineki. I love it. And I apologize if I'm really goofing it up. I don't mean to. But beautiful. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put this inside first so we can get this right out of our way. And then we're going to play a little bit with a blending brush. And our embossed piece, this is basic white, cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to use, I think, fresh freesia. Fresh freesia. This is one of my favorite colors. Surprise, surprise, right? So we're going to go ahead and ink this up. I'll put my little garden aside here. And I'm not going to go real heavy on the pressure on this. I don't want to get too carried away and make, I don't know, like blending marks into it. Does that make any sense? I just want it to be soft and subtle. And otherwise, if you push too hard on these, they can make some really goofy indentations of ink into your project. I don't even know how to explain it, but you're not going to like it. Let's put it that way. So a lighter touch, the better. You can always add more ink, whereas you can't take ink off, right? And I just love how it pops when you do put ink on an embossed piece of paper. It's just so pretty. All right, there we go. Not a whole lot, but just a little something, something. Okay, and then again, we have our garden. And on this one, I did use the white, basic white underneath the washi tape. And I believe, yep, these are also white underneath as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna work on this piece before we put it onto the card front. Let me get that out of my way here. So I'm gonna go ahead and attach this with my multi-purpose liquid glue. Just like that. And then again, we're going to bring in our dimensionals. I'm getting low on these. I'm gonna need more dimensionals, please. Okay, and I want one of the big flowers here. This one. And we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna build up. Let's see here. We'll put maybe this guy here. That'd be kind of fun. But I don't think I'll put him on with a dimensional. And then maybe, yeah, let's do this. So I'm gonna put this down. Do something a little bit different than the other, kinda. And then grab that with the dimensional. Isn't he cute? And whoops, he wants to stick to me. I'm getting glue on me already, you guys. You know how that goes. And let's go ahead and put this one right there. That'll be kind of pretty. And then taking another one of the larger flowers, I'm going to put a dimensional on that. Oops. So pretty. And let's see, a little more greenery, just because we can. Right there. Oh, I love it. I think that's good, just like that. Look at all these extra flowers I'll have to play more. And then I'm gonna take another strip, 1/2 inch. It's difficult to pronounce. I just don't want to don't want to slaughter it. You know what I mean? Us Americans can do that sometimes. Aw. Well, I appreciate you having patience with me with trying to pronounce it correctly. All right, let's see here. We're going to go ahead with congratulations. There we are. And I think I'll bring in, I'm going to use black. I kind of like the look of the black against all the color. And then again, what I'll do is I'll just trim this down once we stamp the congratulations sentiment on the white. Perfect. Alrighty. The other day, I got black ink on me and I didn't realize it. I had black ink all over the place. It was a hot mess. Let's see here. So I'll impress you with just only one word that I know that's in Dutch. And I'm not even sure if I'll be able to pronounce this right. Kushki, I think, is the word. And that's the only word that I know that I can remember that is Dutch. And I believe that means like kiss kiss or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know why I learned that, but I remember that. So you have to let me know if I even pronounced that correctly, Aniki, because I might not have. Okay. So we're going to go ahead. I think I'm going to put the congratulations up here this time. I kind of like it there. And then we're going to bring back our card base and again attach with dimensionals. Kush, yeah. Kushte. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing it right. Yes. Yep. So that's the extent of my Dutch. Okay, let's see here. I love the accent. When you guys speak English, I think it's so cool. All right, there is card. Whoa, there goes my flowers all over my table. Woo, it's gonna be a flower garden when we're done here. Okay, that's card number 2. Oh wait, you know what? I forgot bling. I can't forget the bling. So let's go ahead. We're gonna make it a little bit blingy because I gotta have bling. That's just me. Okay. So we're gonna add a little bit here, here. I need to add some on the other card too, don't I? We don't want to be without the bling. Okay. So let's bring this back because in fact, I noticed I forgot to glue this down. Need just a little dot of glue there. And then some pretty little blings. Okay, it's always those little itty bitty details, isn't it? There we go. There we are. That's much better. Okay, let's go ahead and go on to card number 3. So card number 3, I was playing around a bit with it and I made one in Pretty in Pink. This one is Petunia Pop. And then I realized that some of this pink in here in the rose is like a strawberry slush. So I thought it'd be fun to do one in strawberry slush with card base of strawberry slush, I should say. And get all my little losables, as I call them, out of the bag. Come here, little guy. There we go. So once again, we have all of our little flower pieces. I have so many flowers, I'll be able to make cards for days and days. So again, this is strawberry slush. It's cut at 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And then we have our white piece, our insert, which is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down with my multi-purpose liquid glue, just like so. And then what I'm going to do with this, we're going to play with that big stamp. So I'm going to put that aside, grab Strawberry Slush ink, and this bad boy right here. So we're going to go ahead. I thought it would be fun to use this as a background. And I'm just going to go straight shot right down the middle of the card base with this. My ink pad is very juicy, so I was being very, very careful. Hey, Laura, happy Sunday afternoon. Thanks for joining us. So I'm going to go ahead and center it-ish, just like that. And just, it's going to be a subtle tone on the strawberry slush with strawberry slush ink. Very subtle, but kind of pretty. Well, make sure that does not fall over. Okay. And then I've also cut, this is the largest circle from the Stylish Shapes. Hi, Christine. Happy Sunday afternoon. Thanks for popping on and joining us. And I cut this, I just used my paper trimmer and made the circle flat on one end because I want it on the edge like so. So I'm going to go ahead, set this aside for a minute. We're just going to work on this piece here, which will be our top or our upper, I don't know, top piece of our card as I pick up flying flowers all over the table. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. We're going to have to use, I call it the crust, you know, like bread crust. We have the crust of the dimensionals. I have silly little names for everything in my craft room. I'm sure you guys do too. Okay. And you know what? You can never have enough dimensionals. Just put them on there. Cover it all. Okay, there we are. And then I'm going to go ahead and line this up with the edge of my strawberry slush, just like that. And then, of course, we have all these pretty flowers, and this is using the basic white again for these. I think I prefer them on the white, or the washi tape on the white. It helps to really pop that color. I guess I'm just more of a bold color gal, too. I just love it when it just gives some real pop to a card. All right, and then this guy right here, and I'm going to grab, let's see if maybe I do have another full, oh, I do. Oh, look at that. Woo, pristine, and boom. I'm thinking it's going to be easier to work with these than those little crumb pieces, as I call them. There we go. Okay, put that on there like so. And we're going to start to build around the circle. Whoop. And then after this card, I have just one more. And it's going to be a fun fold. I'm really getting into these fun folds, you guys. All right. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take this. We're going to put it towards the bottom. Whoops, the bottom. Oh my goodness. Having a battle with dimensionals here. Yeah, we'll do that, I guess. And maybe we'll put him, oh, I like that, right on the edge. Little bit of multi-purpose glue. And there we go. How pretty is that? And then I think we'll take this guy and put it right there. And then also we'll use another flower there. Yeah, that's the ticket. Okay, here we are. Whoops. We'll put that right about there. And then grabbing another, excuse me, dimensional. Oops. And there we go. How pretty is that? And then what I did ahead of time, since you guys already seen me stamp the sentiment previously, what I did do is I took the sentiment for the Extraordinary couple. I stamped it out onto a piece of scrap, 1/2 inch white. And I did this in advance just because it saved me a couple seconds. And I went ahead and I cut out the words just for something a little bit different. I seen it in the catalog, and you know what? I loved it, and I thought, you know, let's do that. So I'm going to put the verbiage on. Whoops, I need to grab another dimensional here. So putting dimensionals on the back side. I stick everything to me so I don't lose it. And I'm going to purposely put these on a little bit crooked. Add some visual interest to that. Get those out of the way. And then again, some more dimensionals. And I'll use the crust this time. I always have to laugh and think, if somebody who receives my card, first of all, whoa, that's not going to work. We're going to get that right out of there. If they were to take it apart and see like the goofiness of how I place my dimensionals, they would be like, what in the heck? It's like a train wreck back here. But shame on them if they're taking it apart, right? Because that's a no-no. Okay, here we go. And, whoops, forgot to peel that one right off. And go ahead and put it onto the card base. Just like so. And, of course, a little bit of bling. I love it. I love using that bigger stamp as a background stamp to give a little extra interest and just something a little different. And let's see here, we'll put a little blingy here, and how about one here? Yeah, that looks good. So we added like 6 bling on this one. So again, this is Petunia Pop and Pretty in Pink. And then we have Strawberry Slush. Which do you guys like? What is your favorite color in this palette? Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, or Strawberry Slush? I really love the Strawberry Slush, the way it has the flowers just kind of pop. It's so pretty. Okay, our last card. It's a fun fold. And after I designed this, I thought, you know, I could have done it different. But then I thought, you know what? Just stop, leave it like it is, and just show it as it is, and I can give you guys some ideas, right? So this is called an interlocking circle. So it opens like this, and then like so. Woohoo! Kristen's all excited. She's like, wow, she's doing another fun fold. Because it's so unlike me. Because I am just one of those people that, you know, oh, everybody's liking the Strawberry Slush. I think I like the Strawberry Slush the best. That's, I think, my favorite as well. Yeah. So this is a fun, very easy fun fold for you guys. Now, one thing that I thought about that maybe I should have done is just maybe leave the flowers on the circle and then put the sentiment down below. But, you know, it is what it is. And I'd already added all this stuff. And I thought, to me, for some reason, this just seemed really naked, boring. It just seems, but yet this is really pretty. So anyway, we're going to make this card today, and then you guys go ahead and make a version of this interlocking circle fun fold, and I would love to see what you do with this fold. So first of all, let's get all of our pieces out of here. And if you don't have a pen or pencil, and if you would like to have the dimensions, go ahead and jot them down, but just remember, this is recorded, so you can always go back to it and get all the measurements again. Aw, thanks, Marie. And it's super easy. If I can do it, all of you guys can do it, not a problem. So first of all, we have our card base, and I am using Petunia Pop. And this is cut at 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. Pretty easy so far. And then I have my insert for my card. And this, you know what? I'm not even going to try to remember. I'm just going to take my cheat sheet. So let's see here. The inside of the card, this is cut at 8. So it's 8 by 5 1/4. 8 by 5 1/4. And then I scored it at 4. Let's see here. Hold it this way. Yes. So I went ahead and I scored it at 4 and then again at 6 inches. So it's 8 by 5 1/4 and then scored at 4 inches and 6 inches. Oh, you know, that's a really good idea. Yes. You know what? And I should have stamped it with that. I think that would have been really, really pretty. And it wouldn't have been so blah. I just look at it and I think, this just needs something. And this is exactly why I decided to add the designer series paper on the inside of the fold. Because I was just like, it needs something. You know, when you look at it, you just know that it isn't quite right. It needs a little help. So with these folds, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and score them. Just like that. And I'm going to take my bone folder. Whoops, I think I did that right. Did I do that right? Yes, I did. Okay. I question myself constantly. All right. So this is the insert of your card. It's that easy. So we're going to go ahead and glue that inside the card. So this is going to go just like that. So we're going to take that multi-purpose liquid glue and glue it inside the card. You know, I hope I did do that right because it almost looks... I wonder if I'm 1/4 of an inch off. Don't look at mine. Look at this one. The sample is right. But we're going to go with it anyway. Okay, and then as far as the designer series paper, so this is what was from Perennial Lavender. And I cut 2 pieces at 1 3/4 by 5 by 5, not 5 1/4 by 5. So 1 1/4 by 5. 2 pieces. And I'm going to stick them on the inside like so. Isn't that pretty too? This designer series paper pack is just gorgeous. Okay, whoops, we got a little floater around here. Get him out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the inside here like so. So it has a little more color. And there we are. Okay. Now, the other thing we're going to do, and I'm going to bring in my cut and emboss machine, and I'm also going to grab the largest circle from my Stylish Shapes dies. So let's bring that bad boy right on over. Hopefully I won't shake the table too much. Okay. You can see it's been very well loved. I need to get some new plates. So what we're gonna do, and I should have probably done this before I glued everything on the inside, but that's okay. We're gonna take this flap right here, the outside flap of the card, place it onto our plate, and we're gonna take this largest stylish shape, and I'm just going to go ahead and center it-ish right in the middle of our card front. We're gonna run it through the machine, and then you're gonna wanna make sure that you keep that circle, because we're going to use it. All right. Whoop. So we're going to save the circle. And then what I went ahead and I cut ahead of time the next smallest circle, because again, I felt like it was so much purple that I needed some contrast on it. So I went ahead and I cut another circle, a size smaller, in basic white. And we're just gonna go ahead and glue these together. Just like so. And then what we're gonna wanna do is take this circle. This is how easy it is, you guys. And I wanted to put this on with dimensionals. I'm going to grab those up here. So we're going to place a circle inside and just kind of gauge where it ends. So you don't want glue on this side, right? Because otherwise, oh, thanks, Marie. Thanks for sharing the live. You're awesome. Otherwise, it's going to be wonky. It's not going to work. And then you're going to be really unhappy and bummed and stuff. You could give it to your not so friendly friends, I guess, and have them try to open up your card. So we're just going to put on the right hand side of the circle. And just like that, whoops, you have your basic fun fold. Isn't that cool? So much fun. So we're going to go ahead and again decorate it with some of our beautiful flowers here. Let's see here. I want this one. I'm really attracted to these larger flowers because they fill up space, right? And then of course we'll use a little bit of this because we're using the piece of designer paper that is featuring the Lost Lagoon. So I wanted to draw the Lost Lagoon out of the greenery of the flowers. So we have that. And yeah, let's see what we can come up with here. So first of all, adding a couple of these with dimensionals, which are right in front of my face. I don't know how many times I do that. I can sit there and have something right in front of me and be digging for it. Crazy. Okay. And honestly, if you wanted to kind of lock in place, you could always put, like your flower here and purposely have this tucked underneath so that it does keep it shut, so to speak. That doesn't bother me so much, but it might for somebody else. So just an idea. Oh, let's see, we'll put this one here and let's see. We'll put another little flower here just because it needs something there. And yeah, we'll put that there. And I'll put that on with a dimensional. So what do you guys think of today's fun fold? Kind of different, isn't it? I had a couple of different things in mind, and I was like, I don't know which one to show. But I came back to this one. I thought it'd be fun. There we go. Okay, so here's another scrap piece of basic white, and the width is 1/2 inch. And I thought that we would add with love again. I rocked it. I'm so excited. I've done yet. So what is this? Like week number 3 or 4 with fun folds. And I told you guys I was going to promise you a fun fold every week until I run out of ideas. But thank you, Kristen. So this is, what did I just grab? I think it was Petunia Pop. Yes, Petunia Pop. And I thought it'd be pretty with all the rest of the Petunia Pop. There we go. Perfect. And of course, I want to put this on with a couple of dimensionals. As you can see, I go through a lot of dimensionals. In fact, I need to order some more of them with my next order. Okay. And there we go. And of course, the bling. We have to have the bling. Okay, and I think I'm going to put a bling outside of the circle there. And then one here. Whoops. Oh my gosh. This little guy just does not want to be put on a card, obviously. I'm going to put one there. There we go. Awesome. So that is our 4th and final card. And this is the fun fold. Excuse me. Which is the interlocking circle fun fold. How cool is that? And of course, you could decorate the outside differently, which I think I would. Was suggested about stamping on the outside of the card. I think that would have been really pretty. And of course, decorating the inside of the card. But I know I've been keeping you guys here a bit longer than normal. But anyway, let's go ahead and show you all the pretties that we did today. And once again, if you have not gotten the washi tape, it will be back the week of June 16th. And I think it's going to make a lot of flowers. There's a lot on this roll of washi tape. In fact, I don't know if it says here how long the length of it is. I took the sticker and I put it on the inside and now I can't get it out of there. That was silly. Oh, thank you so much, Nikki. Thank you for being with us today. This is so cool. And again, you guys, just to mention that if you do place your $75 minimum order, it's June. So now we have a new bundle of the month video tutorial with 16 project ideas. So, and I will email that directly to you as you place your order. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. If you have questions about what we did today, reach out to me. I will be posting everything on my blog at dawnscreativechalet.com, and that will be posted in about 30 minutes or less. And once again, I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for popping on today and hanging out with me. It's a lot of fun. This is kind of so outside my box between fun folds and something totally different that I wasn't even going to purchase any of this stuff, and it reeled me in, and I'm so glad that I did because it's so pretty. It's a pretty product. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you next week on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern time for Sunday Crafternoon with Dawn. Bye-bye.